today we're going to talk about doors and door maintenance. The first thing we want to do when somebody tells us that a door is not closing, we want to come up to this door and we want to do a sweep. Alright, so we want to sweep the edges and make sure that nobody has put rocks, door stops, pencils, magnets is another good one because they stick them in the door frame, and make sure that the door lock and it will completely shut then. So first thing you always want to do when somebody says a door doesn't close is sweep the frame. Make sure there's nothing keeping that door from shutting. Alright, so then we go to the next one would be our door locks and our dog downs. So we all have keys that, like this, that you can dog down the bar with so that the door stays open. So you want to make sure that that is open so that the door stays locked. Alright? Also, not on this door that you can see, we have door locks that we'll use our key. You want to make sure that that key fits in there and it locks the door. So we want to make sure our dog down is released and our door is locked to make sure that these doors stay locked. Some of these doors do not have that on it. We will have an outside key, but we have no dog down or a lock on this one. But always make sure dog down and lock is done, and then check the door again. Now if that's a problem and we're having issues and the door is still not closing or locking up, we want to check our latch plate. Take your Phillips screwdriver and you can see right here there's 3 screws, and there we go. Make sure that that latch plate isn't moving. As you can see, this one's moving a little bit, and you want to make sure that, you know, this is tight. Sometimes the door will come back and push it back and it'll never lock. So adjust that latch plate here by just tightening it back up. All 3. And that should get your door to shut with no problems. See, we're a little too far out on that, so I'm going to readjust that real quick. So push it back because the door's hitting it. Come on now. There we go. See if that works. There we go. Now it's latched. Alright, so we talked about our latch, our locks. Now we're going to talk about our door adjuster closure. I'm sorry. We're going to make sure that this is working properly. The first thing you want to do is, before we've never taken care of the spring here. Now we're taking care of the spring. So we want to here is your spring tension adjustment for interior doors and exterior doors. Here's your set spring. What we need to do, this is an exterior door, and we want to measure the door. And it says, you know, we'll go ahead and measure this, and we're looking at 36. We got a 36-inch door here. So what you'll want to do is you'll come down here, and this is in your reference manual, so you'll be able to pull this up anytime. An exterior door, 36 inches wide. We have to set this spring up here to number 4. And as you can see over here, we have the 4 on there. So, and basically to set that spring, you put it here, and you turn it until this little arrow gets to about 4. Now that is the first thing you do when you have a problem with your door closure. we got to measure the door and make sure that this is set properly before we adjust these. All right, so we got that set at 4. Now we want to adjust our spring. Our swing speed. Now a door should close about 5 to 7 seconds. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's pretty close. Right here is your swing speed, and I'm going to show you how to adjust it. You're going to turn it clockwise, and it'll go slower. As you can tell, that door's going much slower now. As you turn it counterclockwise, that door speeds up. See? So, 5 to 7 seconds. Open up the door. 1, 2, 3, 4. We want to turn it clockwise. Half a turn, and we'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is pretty good, between 5 and 7 right there. So that is your swing speed. All right, now you have your latch speed. And your latch speed is going to be from this point of the door to your latching speed. This is what we're talking about, from here to there. That is your latching speed, and I'll show you. I'm going to tighten this up. Right now you can see that the door is closing pretty good. I'm going to tighten this up. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm on the back check. It's up here, latching speed. I'm going to tighten this up, and you're going to see that how it closes a little bit slower. All right. We want, on an exterior door, we want to make sure that this door from here to here really comes hard, close hard, so that it does lock up for you. You don't want it to just barely, and it does not lock up. So we're going to readjust that by turning it counterclockwise, opening it up a little bit. Not enough. I don't like that. I mean, it's closing, but I want it to come back. See how that you're just getting a little bit more, and you know it's locked. You know it's coming shut. You know it's locking. So now that we have adjusted the latch speed and the spring speed, we want to check our back check. And back check is, let's just say there's a wall on the other side of this door here. You don't want it to bang off the wall all the time. So when you're opening up the door, you don't want it to swing open and hit that wall and bounce off the wall. So what you do is you tighten up your back check. And I'm going to say right now it's loose. I'm going to tighten it up so that it gets to a point and it stops right there before it hits the wall. It doesn't want to open it any further. So that'll adjust it so that it doesn't hit the walls. You can loosen it up. If it loosens up, the back check, the swing open, will go really fast and it'll bounce off. So if there's a wall or some other obstacle on the other side of this door that you don't want it to hit, use your back check. Tighten it up, and it should not hit the wall any longer. So we go from there to, we'll watch that door. It's got good speed, got good everything. And we also have, in your reference manual here, the door closure adjustment guide here, we have your latch speed, swing speed, and back check. And everything, the operations of it. Swing speed, latch speed, back check, and spring tension. So the spring tension will be adjusted by your exterior again and your interior doors, measuring the door. It'll tell you what number to put it on. Before you do any adjusting here, make sure that spring adjustment is right. All right, so we have another issue with maybe the door isn't closing right. The mulligan right here in the middle. You'll see that you have a lock. You take your key, unlock it, and this swings out. And it sits in a base down here, as you can see. All right? So you want to make sure that this is in properly. If you've checked everything else, these latches, the locks, sweeping the frame. Make sure that this is in there properly, sitting in the base right, and is locked up right up here. So like I said, you'll be able to unlock this mulligan and swing it open. And then make sure it's put into the base and then put it back up in. It will, and then see if your door closes. So we got work orders. Now here, when these things break, we want to make sure that we get somebody out here right away to take care of them. All right. What these things are filled with is hydraulic oil. Sometimes you'll have oil running down the door. You'll know that this is blown and it's no good. Other times you can't adjust it. It won't do what you want it to do, and you don't see any oil, but you know it's not working. Well, what you really want to do is, because these things are pretty dangerous when there's no hydraulic oil, these things will come back and they will go quick. They'll come back and slam. Small kids could get hurt. So what you would like to do is this bolt right up here at the top, you'll be able to take that out and disconnect this arm from here. So from this unit, so that the door's going to swing open freely and close freely. So after you've taken that off, you'd like to tape this off. Caution tape here, through here, through here. Caution tape the door. We use caution tape only because if we do have a fire alarm and people need to get out, they can get through the caution tape, and nobody will get hurt. So if you have an issue with the door not operating properly, it could hurt somebody, take this off, caution tape it off, put in a work order, they'll come out and replace this whole unit for you. What else do we have? Broken glass. I think this will probably be the last. We'll take, when measuring, let's just say that this glass is broke. When measuring for glass for this door, you will measure from this crease to this crease, and it is looking like it is 22 3/4. All right, and you'll do the same from here to there. Basically, 22 3/4 is the way you want to do. On this door, you'll do, if this is broken, you would want to tape it, you want to put caution tape over the door. You don't want somebody using the door and making the glass come out. So mark this off. But yet, if we just put caution tape over it, we can still use it as a means of egress to get out of the building and fire. People can break through the caution tape. So, yes, again, measure from this corner to this corner. Some of these doors don't have this frame that goes around it. So what you would do is measure from the inside to the inside of it, and it looks like it's 20, and add about anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 inch. So this says it's 20, let's add 1/2 inch, 20 1/2. Same way this way. If you do not have this frame that goes around the window, it's just a rubber piece or it's fit in something, you want to add about 1/2 inch, 20. This says it's 20, we'll add 1/2 inch, so that'll be 20 1/2. They'll be able to take 1/4 all the way around. So I think that's all we have on doors. I hope this video turned out a little bit better than the first one. We'll talk to you later.